Okay, hi. Time for another video. So here we are. We're currently running one app. It doesn't do much yet. But we can see that at this point in time, free memory is 145 pages. So under the utils menu, we now have two utilities available to run. So I've called them Color Picker and Memory Info. So first I'll open Color Picker. Okay, so here's our Color Picker. So we can drag this around, and as you see, I can actually drag it off the edge of the window. I can drag it this way off the edge of the window. So I think that's pretty cool. Button is disabled, and as I click on these options, they select, and the button enables when selected. So when I deselect something, the button goes back to black. If I click on the button while it's black, nothing happens. And if I pick a color and then I click choose, it picks that color. And then the utility automatically closes. So I'll open that again, and it comes back. Now I can also double click, so we can double click on say dark gray. Or when the color picker is open, we can now use a keyboard shortcut. So I'll hit Control 5 for purple, and there we go. Now, here's the thing I want to show you. If we open our color picker and we drag it over to here and we close it, now when I reopen it, it remembers where it was last positioned. So that last position is saved automatically to the app bundle of the currently running app. So for each application, the color picker will remember where it was positioned. So let's close that. Next we're going to open our memory info utility. So here's our memory info utility. I can move this guy around. I can also drag it off the side of the sides of the window, or the sides of the screen. This is our key here. We've got workspace memory, which is basically these first so many pages. We have app allocations. This is where the app's binary is loaded. This here is where the app has allocated probably some space for this background picture of us, this background logo. Util is technically this utility window, but we only have a precision of one of these tiles represents 2 pages in memory because there are 16 blocks across for 32 pages. So actually, because util has only allocated one, you can see that while this utility is open, free memory has gone from 145 down to 144. But we don't actually see that here because it kind of falls between the gaps. But if this utility allocated 2, then we'd see 1 purple block somewhere in here. Okay, reserved is basically E000 to FFFF. System is the operating system in here, as well as system allocations. So the menu bar, those are system allocations. So that's basically what we're seeing here. And this little gap is actually the result of the fact that the operating system kernel is not using all of the memory I have allocated for it. And that's why this gets left. Eventually this block won't be here anymore. Okay, so I can move this around and I can close it. And wherever I close it to, when I reopen, it also remembers where I reopened it. Now, we have this little line here, available 144, so that's the same as this 144. If we click on it, though, it toggles to a summary line. So we have our total, 256, fixed, 90, used, 13, available, 144. So if we click on any of these, click on total, we get total 256. click on fixed. Now this is actually a bug, so this says 90. Click on this, okay, 99, that's a bug. But the point is that it zooms in on what that single letter code means. So U, 13, you can click on that, used 13. Okay, now here's the cool thing. If I click used, say 13, and I put this over here, and I close it, when I reopen, not only does it remember where it should open it to, but it also remembers which of these statuses that I have. And that's to show that utilities in C64 OS, they have a block of config variables that will get automatically written to a config file in the currently running app. So basically each app will automatically store and restore the settings for each utility on a per app basis. Now, I don't know if that's the most useful for say, the memory utility, but since the open and save dialog boxes are also going to be implemented as utilities, well, that'll be extremely useful because the last used folder, for example, will be stored on a per app basis. So in your text editor, when you open the file open dialog, it'll open to, you know, that last folder in which you opened a text file. Or when you go to save a file, it'll go to that last folder where you last saved a file, and so on. But then if you switch to another app, that app will have its own path that you last accessed for that app. Okay, so here's another kind of cool thing. We can only have one utility running at a time, but they automatically switch places. So currently we have the memory open, and maybe I'll set this to available. I'll put it up here in this corner, and then we'll go and we'll open the color picker. So what happens is we go to open the color picker, the memory info utility saves its state automatically, closes itself automatically, then the color picker opens itself, reads its state, and draws itself there. And if we want to switch back to the memory info, it'll do exactly the opposite. So that'll, actually let's move this over here first, then we'll do this. So it's going to save the new position of the color picker, close it, open the memory info, and load in its position. And I think that's pretty much all I have to show for now. Okay, thanks for watching.